What's up guys, Mark from Wandering Souls back at you with a new video. This time another collection update, not from the music room this time. I just decided to film this here in the kitchen. Back from work at late night, but still I thought, well, I need to do this video, just I'm gonna film it right now, otherwise yeah, it got a bit behind, and I got a lot of stuff to show you guys because I have 15 CDs to talk about here, so it's a pretty big stack. Before we go into that, we are drinking, of course, a beer today. This is Wijn Stefana Hefeweizenbier, and this is the alcohol-free version. Yeah, really great German Weissbier. Definitely recommend it. If you want to try some Weiss beers from Germany, try Wijn Stefana or Franziskaner or Paulaner. Definitely great brands, and yeah, this is great stuff as well. I prefer the with alcohol, but alcohol free is also very doable, very great taste as well. So nothing wrong with this. Anyways, lot of CDs to talk about. Let's have some space here so we can move around some things here. 15 CDs from 4 different places. A lot of them online. But I just wanted to get this stuff. The first stack are 3 CDs. They are from Discogs sellers, different Discogs sellers. We'll start off with the first one. It's an album from the band Loudness, and this is on the Prowl. This was released in 1991. Loudness, heavy metal band from Japan. Of course, long running band since the beginning of the 80s, I think, something like that. This is 1991 album, an album that they had another singer on, I think Mike Viscera, I think his name is called. Kind of different direction on this as well. Of course, Loudness is known for their heavy metal. This definitely has a more hard rock, glam rock feel to it. It also is a bit due to the vocals, but also the music has a kind of influences from that. So things like Skid Row or something definitely influences on here. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed this album. I can remember my brother had this one as well. I really enjoyed it back in the day, but never got a copy for myself. And finally, I pulled the trigger on Discogs and found a cheap one from someone in the Netherlands. So I thought, let's grab it. And now, 1991 album. Yeah, track listing here. Hope you guys can make that out. Yes. And the album looks like this. Really cool. Yeah, looking forward always to give this one a spin. I really enjoyed it, like I said. Down and dirty, playing games, love toys, take it or leave it. Yeah, great songs. Yeah, on the Prowl about Loudness. And what else in a Loudness kick, I also bought their latest studio effort, Sunburst, an album that I wanted to pick up from last year. Fantastic album. Also related to a song from this, I think was Oe Oe Oe. Yeah, really fantastic. This is definitely a bit more heavy metal again. This is a Japanese singer. So yeah, no glam here. This is a 2-disc set here with English songs and Japanese songs, so that's really cool. I love the diversity on this. Really good stuff. The current lineup here, you guys can see in Japanese dudes all the way there, and the discs. I'm not going to show every booklet here because I've got so much stuff to show. that it would take a long ass time to show all the albums here. So, but this is a fantastic album. I really enjoyed this. Never, it hadn't really favored still on this yet, but I'm working on my way to this. There are 2 discs, so it's a lot of hours of spinning material here. Every disc is like 40 minutes or so. So when I have an hour of music, um, in the end somewhere. So yeah, fantastic stuff, guys. Go check it out. Loudness, Sunburst, their 2022 release. Great stuff. Sorry for all the glare there, but yeah, it is what it is. A great album. On from another discog seller in Germany, I think I bought this Dirt and Grey album, Uroboros, with the proof in the name of the living, at the Nippon Budokan. I think it's like this. And here is the track listing. Live recording, it's a DVD I think, and a CD. Band I read it multiple times before, and I really enjoyed the band. I really enjoy the vocals, the instrumentation. It's also diverse, and it definitely brought out with some heart to it. Yeah, fantastic stuff. If you have seen my reaction videos to this band, then you know how I think about the singer and all the music. Some of the songs I reacted to are on here as well. Vanushka is on here, for example. Yeah, but I think the only this is what bit older recordings. This is from 2010. So, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed this album, and I'm glad to have this one in the collection. Dirt and Grey with Uroboros, with the proof in the name of the living at the Nippon Budokan. So, nip of the beer time. Then 4 CDs I bought also online somewhere else. First one is Rebuy. Actually, this is All Hope Is Gone by Slipknot. This is an album I used to have before I moved. A lot of people don't seem to like this album. I kind of like this album actually a bit. There are some decent tracks on here. Psychosocial is on here. Silver. Snuff is on here. What song do I overlook? I don't know. It was another one I really liked. But yeah, definitely different to their album prior to this, Volume 3, which was also really different to the albums before that. But definitely a lot of Slipknot vibe going on. Yeah. This was released, of course, in 2008. There's a pretty big gap between this one and Volume 3, I think, like 4 years or something. It was a big time that they didn't do a lot. Except for 3 tours, and then there was a lot of stuff going on, of course. Corey Taylor was pretty busy with Stone Sour as well, so that also took some time, and the other members and other projects as well. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed this album. All Hope Is Gone, the 4th studio album by Slipknot. Yeah, definitely I love to spin it again and again. Next up, the album I wanted to grab for a long time already, from Mastodon. This is Blood Mountain. This is their 2006 effort, and I think this is their 4th album in the discography, released on Relapse Records. Yeah, what can you expect from this? Stonery, sludgy metal with a lot of progressive edges to it. Some harsher vocals, but also some cleaner vocals. A lot of tempo changes, and yeah, Really good stuff though. I really enjoy this band. Um, it's not a band I spin a lot, but when I'm in the mood, I definitely take my time for this kind of stuff. I spun it today again in the car, and I really enjoy it. Um, so yeah, Blood Mountain by Mastodon. If you haven't checked it out already, good stuff. Also picked up the 1979 album by Thin Lizzy. This is Black Rose, an album that was missing in my Thin Lizzy collection. Album that's a lot of overlooked, but it's a really decent album. Actually, do anything you want to. Um, 84 Alibi, got to give it up. Get out of here. The last track is definitely one of the better ones. Rising Dub, Black Rose, a rock legend is almost, yeah, it's 7 minute track. Only track I can't find a bit cheesy was Sarah. It's a kind of a poppy tune. I wasn't really fond of that, but the rest of the songs are great. Classic hard rock. A lot of guitar harmonies here and there. Also an album that featured Gary Moore, I think. Yeah, the Gary Moore, the blues guitar player, is on here, and he plays some decent guitar work on here. And it really fits with the other guitar player, and yeah, fantastic stuff. He also contributes on the music as well, I think. So yeah, really good. Good to get him in here for this album. Great tunes. Black Rose by Thin Lizzy. Go check it out if you haven't heard this album yet. Legendary band. And another legendary album, which I already own on vinyl, but I wanted to have this so I can spin it also in the car, because the car doesn't have a vinyl of a record player, so it's easier to spin the CD. Although I could stream it, but in the car I'm not really streaming. Most time I just take some CDs with me and just spin some CDs. This is Deep Purple and Rock, of course, a classic album, 1970. Classic album. Can't go wrong with this. Of course, Speed King, Bloodsucker, Child in Time, Black Knight, fantastic tunes. And this is, of course, a reissue. This is an anniversary edition or something with a lot of bonus tracks, as you guys can see. Hopefully, if the glare isn't working against me. And then it's kind of weird in this angle and in this lighting, but yeah, anyways, a really great album, love it. Can't go wrong with this. Great reissue. This is done in 2011, I think, is reissue, so it's been a while as well. But I think there's also a version with the autographs on the front. It's the version my brother used to have, I think. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. Fantastic album, iconic front cover as well with all the members, just like in the Rocky Mountains, I think, just with the presidents from in the stone there. It's just the same idea, like the band members from Deep Purple. So it is really really nicely found, very well thought out. Fantastic album, Deep Purple and Rock. Next up, a bunch of stuff I got from EMP. I bought Necrophobic, Death to All, one of the few albums from the discography I was still missing. With this added this one, I only missing two. The first one, and I think Nocturnal Silence is called, I think, and Womb of Lilith is also the one I miss, and the rest I have all CD albums. So yeah, really glad to have this one. A great, fantastic melodic black and death metal from Sweden. Can't go wrong with this. Yeah, it's in a slipcase and it's kind of a stiff idea here, so I won't get it out. I have one other album in this idea, the previous one to this one, Winter Sun, also have in this version. Only this one, that one goes out easier somehow. This one is kind of a, just if the slipcase is a bit too small or something, I don't know. But yeah, 2009 album, I think this is a 2022 reissue by Century Media, and yeah, with those, and if you have all those reissues, they form that pentagram logo from the band. If you guys can see a bit. So yeah, what a fantastic album. Definitely band to have more. I love all the albums from. So I only have 2 left. So someday I will have those as well. Then I was spinning digitally some songs from Taake, and I was just realizing that I didn't have a lot of physical formats from this band, this Norwegian black metal band. I only have a split with Wardrum Rife, I think, on tape, and that's only the only physical media I have from this band, and find it kind of weird. I know this band for for almost 20 years, I think, somehow. Yeah, kind of weird that I never bought anything, so I thought I have to change this. I saw this at EP for pretty cheap and thought, well, why not? This is the Doedskvad by Taake, Norwegian black metal band. This is the main band from this band, Hurst, and these are all session members. But a fantastic black metal, great riffing, great cymbal picking, great vocals. Yeah, nothing wrong with this. Great production as well. I think Kitten has done this, and that producer was legendary for a lot of Norwegian black metal releases like Immortal and things like that back in the day. So yeah, really great. I really love to hear this album. Great production, like I said. Everything, it's still raw but still good produced, and yeah, that's what I like about it. Great fast stuff. Great evil sounding black metal. Can't go wrong with this. Great band Taake with Doedskvad, and it's spelled like this. If you guys can read it, then you are lucky. Good stuff. Also needed to fill another gap in my collection, and this one is from the band Enslaved, and this is their 1998 album Blodhemn. Definitely needed to have this because this is so fantastic album. Great black Viking metal. Before they became more sounding progressive, this is still that raw sounding stuff, but then also contains a bit of that clean vocal, but not really progressive edges, anything were done way later. This is still if you like alt, that kind of albums, and then a little bit more right spun tracks. So yeah, really good stuff. Definitely recommend it. If you haven't heard this anywhere and you want to discover some Enslaved, it's definitely an album to check out. Good album. Fantastic. Also bought an album from Katatonia. This is Tonight's Decision, and this is the band's 1999 album. I think the 4th in discography, if I'm not completely wrong. Could be wrong there, but I think fourth. This is definitely the newer sound the band had. Not that old death doom metal. Of course, first couple of releases is definitely when the band evolved more into a darker gothy alternative rock vibe. Definitely has that as well. It's just really melancholic and dark, but it has some really great tunes on this. Yeah, great guitar work, and of course the fantastic vocals of Jonas Renske, which is a phenomenal singer in my opinion. Love the vibe on this album. Of course, this is not, if you are a fan of the early work, the Death Doom style, this is not your thing. But if you like their later work, this is definitely an album to look into. Great stuff. Katatonia with Tonight's Decision. Great stuff. Then an album from a band called the Bathory. This is an album I really enjoy for a really long time, but never grabbed a physical copy, so I thought I need to change that. This is Blood on Ice, their 1996 album, and definitely way better than the album prior to this, Octagon from 1995. It definitely seems to be one of their lower points in the discography, together with the album before that, which is called Requiem, I think. But this one, this is fantastic, fantastic Viking metal, bombastic, majestic sounding. Yeah, really enjoyed this album. Definitely so great. One of the better ones in the discography in my opinion. Definitely worth looking into. Great album by Bathory. And if there's a recommended song on here, I don't know, there's a lot of great songs on this, but that yeah, just take a look at the track listing, and you can also stream it on YouTube, which I've also done today when I was doing things on the laptop in between. That came in handy, but I'm glad I have the CD, so I can also spin it in the music room or in the car or wherever I am with the CD player. I can spin it now. The last three are just quick grabs from the thrift store and totally different music. I walked in there and I definitely noticed there that was a rock or metal guy dropped his collection there someday. Get what are you doing? Anyways, I saw suddenly I saw an album from Dark Angel and an album from Moonspell and things like that. What happened here? There was definitely a collection there, but there were albums that already had. So I went to the other side where all the rest of the CDs were. This was the new arrivals part, and they have a separate section for the rest of the CDs. There was definitely some rock in there, but not the metal I was expecting. I think probably a lot of stuff was already, I was just 1 or 2 days too late probably, because a lot of stuff was already gone probably. So it doesn't happen a lot in the thrift stores. You just have to have some luck sometimes, and but I managed to grab some rock stuff here, and nothing super special in any means, but stuff I listen to sometimes. And I have here the Manic Street Preachers with This Is My Truth, Tell Me Yours. This is their 1998 album. Second one without Richie Edwards on the guitar, the dude that was missing since 1995. And some weird strange way his car was parked at the bridge somewhere, and The guy himself was never found again somehow, so something happened, but never, no one knew what happened. So the four guys were go further as a three-piece after that, and it is still like that as of the day, of this day. But this was a different album than the early albums, but an album that I still liked. Songs like The Everlasting and If You Tolerate This, Your Children Will Be Next were two big hits on this. Um, they kind of blew up with those songs. Um, Nonetheless, it's a pretty nice listen. It's way different. I have to be in the mood for this. That's the thing. But um, I quite like listening to this album, so I thought, why not pick it up? I think I paid €3 or something for this, so that isn't really bad. But yeah, for nice things for in the background when I'm in the mood for it, and yeah, pretty good band from UK, I think Wales or UK or something like that. I think Wales or something. Could be wrong there, but anyways, great stuff. Go check it out. Yeah, the Manic Street Preachers. Also grabbed a best of album from U2, and I think if you don't want to have a lot of U2 albums and you only want to have some big hits, this is one to grab. This is definitely the best material, the early work, the 80s is where it is for my part for this band. I don't collect a lot of U2, so I think this will do really nicely. Pride is on here, New Year's Day, With or Without You. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Sunday, Bloody Sunday, Where the Streets Have No Name, I Will Follow, Unforgettable Fire, you know, that kind of tracks. Definitely the tracks there where it's at. Really nice best of, and I managed to find this one back in the day earlier, but that one was scratched up. It was so scratched up I didn't buy it. But this looked pretty decent condition, so I thought for €3 or something, I think I paid for this. I thought, well, why not? It's still if I'm in a YouTube mood, which is not very often, but then I can spin this when I want to. And the last one, only for $2.50 or something, I think I paid for this. This is the second album by Doedskvad Dog. This is Play Games. 1996 album. Yeah, hardcore, kind of a party vibe going on with a saxophone and kind of a rap thing in there. Fun band. I have the first album as well, All Boulder Kings, which is one of my favorites from the band. This is the follow-up. Also pretty decent, but not as good as the first one, in my opinion. The first one definitely had a bit of more hardcore edge to it than this one. Although it's still present here, but not, you know, this is more fun things. They kind of branch out, and especially after the album, after this one, and you know what else followed. I think I only heard the first three. I don't think I heard anything else after it, but if there is anything after it, I think there is, but I didn't really follow them after all. That because the first one was for me where it's at, but this one is pretty okay as well. Bulletproof, Isms, Rocky, Rise Above, Numb. Yeah, I've always loved the way it's packaged as well, with all the sport themed clothing, like ice hockey, basketball, baseball clothing, etc. You know, play games. It's really funny, but yeah, pretty fun live band as well. Although they seem to like the weed when they're in the Netherlands or somehow, but yeah, that's each to his own, of course. But yeah, really fun album. Play Games by Dog Eat Dog. So that was the last one on this stack. Pretty big one. I didn't want to deep dive too big into this. I just want to show you what I've got in my collection new, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully there's something in there for you guys. If not, sorry, but I thought it was a pretty diverse update in my opinion. I will leave all the album titles in the descriptions. If in case you want to look something up, then you just can copy it and paste it in the YouTube, and hey, there is the music. For example, or other streaming things like Deezer or you know, the other ones, Spotify or whatever you use to stream stuff. So thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have something to say, just put it in the comment section down below. More videos to come, of course, reaction videos, but more after that as well. Thinking about participating on Record Store Day this year as well, because I saw some titles that I'm kind of interested in. I've written down here. I think Black Sabbath, Never Say Die is pretty interesting. Death Fate, best of album. For the first 4 albums that the band did years ago, it's gonna be released on vinyl. There's a picture disc version of Emerson Lake's Palmer Brain Salad Surgery. Entombed, To Right, To Straight, Speak the Truth is interesting. Insomnium, Across the Dark, I'm kind of interested in. Lacuna Coil, 2 releases gonna be reissued on vinyl, Shallow Life and Dark Adrenaline. There's a split for Terzij, De Horde and Ghoul, which is pretty interesting to me, which will be a 10-inch. Finally, the Prodigy remix album for Invaders Must Die, which should have been released the last Record Store Day, but it got postponed or something. I don't know what happened there. But finally it will be out there. So that's the stuff I'm kind of interested in. If I found something, also depends on the price, of course. I'm not gonna pay 50 bucks for a record, you guys know me. So if it's 2025, I might dive into it. Is it more expensive? I have to think about it. Also depends, because yeah, I'm always on Record Store Day also. Next to the Record Store Day release, also browse around for the cheap buys sometimes, so also depend on the prices. Anyways, that's my 2 cents for this update and a little ramble about the Record Store Day, which was on, of course, on the 22nd of April this year. Yeah, we'll see. And if I'm not participating in, I don't know, we'll see, also could happen, but I think I will go just have a look and see what there is in some of the stores in my city, and if I found something which is from my list and has an interesting price, I might pick it up, but we'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys next video. Cheers.